Hey, there's Wisconsin Wine Gang. We are back again with another wine review, and you can already get a look and see what that wine is. But this has a little story to it. We'll get back to that in a minute. So, for those who are new, these are wines I like to call everyday drinking wines. Meaning, you can find these wines almost everywhere you shop. Liquor store, grocery store, some wine shop shelves. These are wines that won't break the bank. You know, when trying to look for a wine to bring to a gathering or something you just enjoy at home by yourself or with friends. Okay, everyday drinking wines. Now, I pick out a few wines, give it a taste, and give you my personal opinion what I think about these wines. Doesn't mean that it's like you got to drink this wine, but it's my palate. What do I always say? Let your palate be the guide. But I want to try to give you a road map. You know, when you're perusing your liquor store, give you a road map of look at this, look at that, check this out, check that out. Okay. I should do a wine video on classic tastes of certain grapes. That sounds pretty good. All right, here we go. Let's get back to this. We're doing a wine review. So the 2023. Now I've done a review of the Kim Crawford wine Sauvignon Blanc before. In fact, I did a review of the Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc and the Chardonnay. And in my opinion, the Chardonnay doesn't get enough press. But Sauvignon Blanc is what put Kim Crawford on the map, and I believe the vintage I did before was 2018. It was a 2018 vintage I did in the 2019 playlist. So I haven't had a Kim Crawford wine review since 2019. And now we're at 2023 in the year of 2024, so we're going to bring this up to date. I've always been a fan of Kim Crawford wines, even when they first came out, which brings me to this question. How many people thought Kim Crawford was a woman? I did. When I first heard of it, I did. But it's not, okay? But that's another story. So Marlborough region, 2023, you can find this anywhere, retail, sale, on sale. You can find it for maybe $17.99 to regular price, maybe $23, $25.99. Okay, so it depends on where you're shopping. This price $16.99 to $24.99, depending on where you're shopping. Okay. Again, as I said, I've always been a fan of Kim Crawford wines. Always enjoyed it when it first came out. I didn't sell it in my store when I had a shop, only because everyone was selling it. You know, and I tried to do something different. You know, go against the norm. All right. Alcohol on this is coming in at 12.5%. Now, there was a lot of, believe it or not, before people got really turned on to New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, Australia held that distinction for Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Riesling, Shiraz. Australia held that distinction for the Sauvignon Blanc. But then, just out of nowhere, I mean, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc has been around for a while, but just out of nowhere, people just like, oh my God, this is so much better. And you know, if you taste an Australian Sauvignon Blanc next to a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, you'll definitely taste the difference in the styles of those two wines. Okay? I'm not going to spoil it for you. I want you to get an Australian Sauvignon Blanc and a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc and taste them side by side so you can decide for yourself. But there is a definite difference in stylistically speaking and taste speaking for those two areas in their Sauvignon Blanc. So give it a try. But coming back to New Zealand. You know, New Zealand has just taken off. In fact, when I have my store from Tasmania, you know, and New Zealand, I've done some sparkling wines and some Pinot Noirs, which I thought were phenomenal. So if you haven't had a Pinot Noir from New Zealand or even Tasmania, if you can find some, give it a shot, check it out. You know, I thought those were phenomenal, you know, for New Zealand. So I always enjoyed New Zealand wines, you know, and depending on where it's from, Marlborough, Hawke's Bay, different regions in New Zealand, you know, it can change the taste of that Sauvignon Blanc. You know, so that acidity is still going to be there, but the other elements are going to be something different. Okay, so try the Sauvignon Blanc from different areas, you know, so you can get an idea of what regional style you enjoy. Okay, so now we're going to give it straight to that. Again, it says Marlborough. Last time I tasted this was a 2018 vintage. We're now at 2023. Let's see where we're at. Okay, on the nose. Woo-ah! On the nose. Grapefruit, grassy. Okay? Grapefruit, grassy here. It's funny, I think about when I first began learning about wine grapes, not wine. I first began learning about wine grapes, you know, and I'm a history buff, meaning in the such that I like to go back to origins of things, because the way we describe wines today wasn't the way they were always described. Okay, so it's funny, every time I smell a Sauvignon Blanc in this style that has that grassy nose, okay, it takes me back to how Sauvignon Blancs was described in England, you know. And when they described it as cat pee. You know, the litter box, right? Totally the litter box. You know, I get it. You know, but since that was so unpopular or so unattractive or so, it just didn't work for people. It's cat pee? I don't want to drink anything smelling like cat pee. The evolution of the descriptors began to change over time. You should check that out. You know, go back and look at different descriptors, you know, of different grapes before what we have today. You know, and so I did a wine tasting once with a Sauvignon Blanc. You know, from New Zealand. I did from New Zealand. I did Australia, and I did Chile. You know, in a blind tasting. You know, and I played with my guests. I said, you know, wow. So everybody get a smell. What do you smell? Blah 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 blah. I smell, you know, I smell grapefruit, or I smell this, or I smell that. You know, I said, okay, let's smell it. I said, so I gave them the same story. Cat pee. You know the litter box? Think about the litter box when you smell it. Everybody got the litter box. Oh my God, I can't drink this now. It smells just like my cat box. It was so funny. I said, okay, now, so close your nose. All right. Now I'm going to put this in your mind. Fresh cut grass in the summertime, or grass after the rain, you know. And so everyone went back to smell, and we were back to normal. It happens just like that, okay? Even asparagus. And not fresh asparagus, but asparagus when it's like, you know, making its move. Okay? So, enough of that. Enough of the jokes. So you have fun with your friends with that, you know, when you have a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand or even Australia. You know, it evolves. It evolves. All right. So, now, on the nose here, definitely grapefruit, definitely grass, as I said, you know, grassy, you know, wet grass or fresh cut grass. You know, definitely get that here on the nose. And then, you almost gotta like take this in deep. And then there's like a coastal breeze that takes place when you go deeper and just take it in, right? You definitely get that. Wow. You know, so I really enjoy that. That's for sure. So now, for this taste two-step process, first is going to be for acidity. Next is going to be for the overall taste and mouthfeel. Now, if we're tasting New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc and it's flat, two things happen. It's flat, or flat meaning poorly made, or I had my bottle too long, or it sat in the store too long. Let's say that. So here we go. Unlike some Sauvignon Blancs, can be very, very spiky acidity and watery. Like some can be very intense. Just as usual, this has a very nice mellow taste to it. Okay, the acidity is very mellow, but it's there. It's very mellow. But then we're not talking about that yet until the second sip, right? So acidity is very mellow. Mellow balance, I like to say. Mellow, I like to say mellow, but it's like balance. Mouth is still watering. Now the taste. The taste you get. There definitely is that grassy grapefruit. It sort of dominates grapefruit grass, but it's right there. But then you get some like lemon notes as it begins to spread across the palate, you know, which is really nice. Really nice. I like that. I think there's something else. There's a mid-palate suppleness of fruit, like pineapple, You know, like a very nice ripe pineapple. Not the underripe pineapple where it's like, you know, but a nice, just the perfect ripeness of a pineapple you get here. Very nice. Wow. As usual, and there's a little bit of minerality too. Finish is dry. That's a nice long finish. But as usual, I don't look at the old video. I can't wait to go back and look and see what I thought about the Kim Crawford from 2018 versus 2023. So now, let's get to reviewing this one. The 2023 Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, the Wisconsin wine guy. So I'll give it one more taste. Then I'll let you know. Let's turn it around here. Here we go. That color is like clear with subtle greenish hues in it. And it's coming off the reflection off the bottom. So, Wisconsin wine guy gives the Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc 2023 double thumbs up. It just keeps getting better. I mean, there's this thing about consistency, you know, in a wine or in a style, etc. You know, but you do notice those nuances. Or a wine that's become popular, you know, by the consumer, all of a sudden over time, its evolution, it begins to change. But this is very consistent. It doesn't seem like there's any shortcuts taken here. And I think there may be I can't wait to look at the video from 2018. I think there may be a slight difference, you know, in what I'm tasting here. But there you have it. Double thumbs up on this. Another one be great with food. Chocolate. All right, chocolate, and this would be great. I think I did a wine tasting with this, and I had chocolate. Private event. Pulled pork. This. Red sauce. This. You know. Give it a shot. Even just barbecue on its own. You know, you never think, well, barbecue. Why do I have barbecue with this white wine? Give it a try. Because think about it, some barbecue sauces are tangy. You know, and that'll work out great with that. So give it a try, see what you think. So the Wisconsin wine guy saying to you, as always, let your palate be the guide. Selecting your wine. Double thumbs up for the 2023 Kim Crawford. Never disappoints me, and it's been a few years since I had it. It's your Wisconsin wine guy saying to you as always, let your palate be the guide again and again and again. And I'm going to see you next time. I'm going to enjoy this. Ciao!